Hey guys, what's up? Ben here from NoCode In today's video, I'm going to show you how to build this quick animation, which is basically an arrow extending to the right when I hover over the link with a bunch of dots appearing at the tail. So to build this, we're going to use Webflow Interactions, and it's fairly easy and quick to build, so you won't have any trouble to rebuild it on your side. Let's get started. Just a quick reminder, as usual, before we start this tutorial, if you want to visit the live preview of this animation or clone it directly into your Webflow project, I put all the links in the description, so go check it out. Now, let's have a quick look at this animation before we jump into Webflow. So, here is the animation. It's a fairly simple interaction. So when I hover over the link, the arrow is extending to the right and a few dots are appearing at the tail here. So it looks really good and it's really smooth and it's easy to build. So let's do it. So here is my Webflow project. So as usual, I divided this project here in two parts. So the top part here is the template with the finished component. And the bottom part here is where I'm going to rebuild this link and this animation. So, all right. Now, first let's start with the structure of the template. So in this template, I start with a link block, which is normal because it's a link. And inside this link block, I have a text block. I have 4 div blocks, which are my arrow tail dots. So those 4 dots here at the tail. And then I have a div block, which is containing the arrow tail and the arrow head. So very simple structure, and we're going to rebuild this first, and then we will build the interaction to animate this component. So I'm here in my new part. Let's go get a link block. So here's my link block. All right, here it is. Inside this link block, I need a text block and I need 5 div blocks. So I need a text block, and then I need 5 div blocks. So 1 div block here, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now I need another div block inside here. Inside this last div block, I need a div block and an image. So I'm going to select here this one, copy and paste it. No, I want it inside. Okay. And then I'm going to select here and go get an image. All right. So now I have all the elements I need to build this component. Now let's style those elements. So the first I'm going to style is the link block. So here's the link block. Let's have a look at the template in the styling. So I need to display flexbox, horizontal, align here center, justify left. So what I'm going to do is start to style this one. I'm going to give it a class name of link. I need to display flex, horizontal, align center, justify left. All right. What else? I need a width of 185, position relative. So I need a width of 185, position relative. I need so that's for the typography. So I need this font here, Montserrat, size 18, color black. So here it is, Montserrat, size 18, color, I'm going to force it to black. Here is my black. Okay. And what else? Decoration here, none. And that's it. So decoration, none, and we're good. What I'm going to do here is replace this text with the real text. So we have see more. All right. Now, inside this link block, I have a text block. So this text block, do I need any special styling? Yes, I need a margin here of 7 on the right. So I'm going to select this one here, give it a class name of text, and a left margin of 7 pixels, right margin, sorry, of 7 pixels. Okay, now those 4 div blocks here, if we look at the styling, they are basically all the same. So I need like a right margin of 2 pixels, width of 2, height of 2, and a color background black. So all those 4 here, they have the, those 4 here, they have the same styling because they're all the same dots. So basically what I'm going to do is style the first one, and then I'm going to apply the same style name to the other one and duplicate it to give it a different name. So then when I build my interactions, I can select each one of them independently. So I'm going to style the first one here. Div block here, I'm going to give it a class name of arrowtail dot 1. And so if I go back to my template, so I need the 2 on the right, 2 width, 2 height. So 2 on the right here, width of 2, height of 2, and the background color black. This black where I have like this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now, it's just select my second div block, and I'm going to start to type arrowtail.1. Here is my first dot, and I'm going to just duplicate the class and change the name to .2. That's it, and I'm going to do this for all of them. So arrowtail.2, duplicate, and I rename it .3. Same with this one, arrowtail.3, duplicate class, and I name it 4. All right, so we're good with those dots. Now the wrapper of the arrow, so here is the arrow wrapper. I need a display flex, horizontal, align center, justify left, and that's it. So here is my div block wrapper. I'm going to call it arrow wrapper. I need a display flex, center, left. So we're good. And then inside this wrapper, I have the arrow tail. So my arrow tail is, I need a width of 40 pixels, height of 2 pixels, and the background color black. So here's my div block. I'm going to call it arrow tail, and I'm going to give it a width of 40 pixels, height of 2, and the background color black. Okay, so we are good with the arrow tail, and the last one here is the picture, so arrowhead. So I need the styling of, I need -6 pixels, margin on the left, and height of 30 pixels. So I'm going to style this one here. I'm going to call it arrowhead. I need -6 on the left, height of 30, and anything else? No. Okay, so I can replace this image by the real image. So here's my arrow. All right, it's a little bit big, so maybe I need to, okay, it's width of 9 pixels here. So select this one here, and I need a width of 9. All right, so it looks exactly the same. I'm gonna place this component here in the center for you guys to see it a bit more. So to do that, I'm gonna select my section here and give it a display center. All right, so we now have exactly the same styling and the same components in my template and my new component. So we can jump into the interactions. So if I look at my template here, I see this icon here. It means I have an interaction. Let's have a look at what it is. So it's a mouse hover interaction, and on hover I want all those steps to happen. So it looks like a lot of steps, but it's really easy to follow actually, because it's repetitive. So let's have a look first, and then we will build this in for our new component. So this is initial state here. So it means there is no timer value. So at initial state, I want my arrow wrapper, so the one containing the tail and the head. I want it to move minus 18 pixels on the x-axis. And I want the, and that's it, yeah. And I want the all the dots here, dots 4, dot 3, dot 2, and dot 1. I want them to go opacity 0 and to move minus 5 pixels on X. So all of them, if we look at all of them, opacity 0, minus 5, opacity 0, minus 5, opacity 0, minus 5. So all the dots minus 5 on X and opacity 0. And my wrapper here, I want to move it minus 18 pixels. Okay, let's build this in for our new link block here. So I want to select the mouse hover interaction. On the hover, I want to start an animation, create a new animation. I'm going to call it hover on link. And then I want my arrow wrapper here to move on initial state here. I want it to move minus 18 pixels. All right. And then I want all the dots here, I want them to go opacity 0 and move minus 5 pixels. So I'm going to select here, move, minus 5, and again, opacity 0. Dot 2, I want to move minus 5, and I want the opacity to go to 0%. Dot 3, move minus 5, opacity 0%. And the last dot 4, move minus 5, and opacity 0%. Okay, so we have all our steps at initial state. Now let's have a look at what's going on next. Let's go back to my interaction on hover. So all those steps we're done. Now, the arrow tail, I wanted the size to go width of 70 pixels. So that's basically the tail. If I go back to here, that's basically here, you see, it's longer when I hover than when I hover out. So this is the sizing of the tail, which is going to 70 pixels. So I want my tail to go 70 pixels. And yeah, let's do this one first. So in 0.3 seconds, I want my tail to go into 70 pixels with an ease. So mouse hover, over on link. I want my arrow tail here to size in 0.3 seconds to 70 pixels with an ease. Okay, that's our first step here. Let's go back to the template. So arrow tail size here, we're done. Second step at 0, I want my arrow wrapper, so the whole wrapper, to move to move back to original position. So with an ease, 0.3 seconds, arrow wrapper, move back to original position. So mouse hover on link, arrow wrapper, I want it to move in 0.3 seconds, original position with an ease. Okay, done. Next step. Okay, this one is done. So then we are going to deal with the dots. So the dots is fairly easy. It's I want to move them to original position, because remember at initial state I moved them -5 pixels to the left. So now I want them to move back to original position, and I want the opacity to go back to 100%. So all of them, it's going to be the same. Move back to original position, opacity 100%. The only difference is here the delay. So for the dot 1, I want a delay of 0.15. Then dot 2, it's 0.20, 0.25, and 0.30 for dot 4. So I'm going to build the first here, the dot 1. So move in 0.2 seconds is out. I want to move back to original position. So 0.15, 0.2 is out, 0. Hover on link. I'm going to select my dot 1 here. Move 0.15, duration 0.2 is out, back to original position. And I want the opacity, so I can select here opacity to go back to 100%. I think it was 0.1 seconds, but I'll cross check right now just to make sure it's the right value. So here is my move. So 0.15, 0.2, we are done with that. Opacity 0.1. Okay. And now I'm gonna build like all those steps at once. Just need to change the 0.20, 0.25, and 0.30. For the rest is the same. 0.2 and 0 is out. So here, mouse hover on link. And I need, so to select my second dot here, I want to move. Delay, it's 0.2. Duration 0.2 is out, back to original position. And I want my opacity in 0.1 seconds to go back to 100%. Select dot 3. I want to move 0.2, delay 0.25 is out, back to original position, and the opacity in 0.1 seconds, opacity 100%. And the last one, dot 4, I want to move, delay 0.30, duration 0.2 is out, move back to original position, and the opacity to go back to 100%. Okay, I think we have all the steps. Let's cross-check in the template, but I think we are good with the hover on. Yes, we have all the steps. So basically, if I go preview here, here's my template, here's my new component. So of course it doesn't go back because I haven't done the hover out interaction. If I quit the preview, that looks all right. Yeah. So let's build the hover out interaction. So here's, I'm in the template. So on hover out, I want all those steps to happen. So what's going on there? I want my arrow wrapper to move to -18 pixels in 0.3 seconds is out. So let's build this one. 0.3 is out, -18. Select my link block, mouse hover. So on hover out, I want to start an animation, create a new animation, hover out link. And I want my arrow wrapper to move in 0.3 seconds is out. I think was this one. 18 pixels. Okay, let's go back to the template, hover out. And then I want my arrow tail to be like to get the sizing, the original sizing of 40 pixels in 0.3 seconds. So arrow tail 0.3 40 pixels. Hover out. I select my arrow tail element here. I want to size in 0.3 seconds. I want to size to 40 pixels. So back to the, if I go back to here, so here is 40 pixels. Here is 40 pixels, then it's 70 pixels, and when I hover out, I want to go back to 40 pixels for the tail. All right, done. What's going on next? So next I have all those steps at 0.3 seconds. So I have basically all the dots, dot 1, dot 2, dot 3 till 4. I want them to move back to -5 pixels, so back to the left, and opacity back to 0% in 0 seconds. Yeah, it's important to say 0 seconds. So it's immediately, I want them to go back to -5 and 0%. So go to my link here, hover out, dot, and here I want to move in 0, -5, and I want the opacity to in 0 to go at 0. Dot 2, move in 0, -5, opacity 0, 0. Dot 3, move in 0 seconds, -5, opacity 0, 0, and the last one, dot 4, move 0, -5, and opacity 0, 0. Okay, so now I have all my steps for the hover out. If I go to preview, how does it look? So here is the template. Here is my new component. So it looks almost the same. If you look at the dots here, they appear from the right to the left, and mine, they appear from the left to the right. And that's because I made a mistake when I built here. And here you can see dot 4, 3, 2, 1, and I built it dot 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to switch those like this, and I should be done. So here's the template, and here's my new component. So we have exactly the same animation, and we are done for this tutorial. That's it for this tutorial. I hope you guys got to learn a few new stuff. Once again, if you want to visit the live preview of this component or clone it directly into your Webflow project, I put the links in the description, so go check it out. And if you want to find more Webflow components, interactions, and tutorials, go visit NoCodeTribe.com, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel to get all the new videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao, ciao.